Hello everyone, welcome to Embedded System uh, lecture series. I am Dr. N.S. Srivatsan from RMD Engineering College. I'm working as an associate professor and I've been handling embedded system for our 6th semester EEE students. So we'll be discussing application of embedded system, and in that we are going to discuss about washing machine control in this lecture series, in the video series. Um, so let me focus on to the topic right away. Uh, the subject code is E8691. Subject is embedded system, and the unit is unit 5. In that is the title of the unit is embedded system application development. The topic we are going to discuss is washing machine control. Okay, I am Dr. N.S. Srivatsan, Associate Professor, EEE Department from RMD Engineering College, Chennai. Now let us move on to the topic. Washing machine design. We know embedded system is a combination of both hardware and software, and it performs a dedicated purpose. It performs a dedicated operation, just like mobile phone, tablet, or your laptop, or microwave oven, or a washing machine, or your air conditioner. So all these devices perform the specific function, and that is why it is called as an embedded system. If you have a system which is dedicated for one particular application along with the required software and hardware, we call it as an embedded system. So we are going to discuss about the application of an embedded system. In that we are going to discuss about washing machine design. Now, washing machine design, we have to understand on the software level, the hardware level, software level, and the framework level. We'll be discussing that one by one. Automatic washing machine is a multi-state timed system, which means that multi-state, a state is the condition in which the device operates. So a washing machine will move from multiple states, and it's all timed system. Like for example, if the water inlet is coming, it is soaking, it will be soaking for one particular moment to one particular duration. Then there will be agitation, like squeezing of cloths. That will be happening. The clockwise and anti-clockwise movement of the washing machine will be happening for one specific time. And then it will move on to the wash cycle 1, wash cycle 2, and then it will go to the drying cycle 1 and drying cycle 2 to remove the water from the cloths. So this is the point which I'm talking about, the multi-state input timed system. I mean to say it is based on one particular clock. So there will be a real-time embedded system, will be real-time operating system, or real-time clock will be their part of the system. Now, what are the characteristics of multi-state system are? What do you mean by multi-state system? Somebody asked. We have to understand the system that operates in 2 or more states. That is from, I said state is a condition of the equipment or the process, from where it is going, from where it is coming and where it is going. Each state may be associated with one or more functional calls. So there could be number of sub work to be done. So that will be done, and it will be having that. So multi-state system as a system that operates more than 1, 2 or more states, and they will be associated with one or more functional calls. And transition between states may be controlled by the passage of time, by system inputs, or by combination of time and inputs. For example, after 15 minutes, the soaking will stop, then it will go for agitation mode. Washing machine will try to move the motor clockwise and anti-clockwise so that it can squeeze the cloths. That is what I'm trying to say by transition between states controlled by passage of time, or by means of our own input commands, or combination of time and inputs. So transition between state may also involve function calls between the user and the machine, providing a user interface and services for all applications. Now, let us move on to what are the inputs and outputs of washing machine design. So in that we are going to discuss about hardware design. As you can see, in a washing machine controller, the main part is the washing machine control, washing machine design. There will be a washing machine controller. Then you have a start switch, which is to turn on and turn off the machine. Then you have a selector dialer, like what kind of operation you want to use the your machine for. Then you can adjust the water level, so there will be a separate switch or a module for it. Then you have a temperature sensor to measure the temperature of the water, inlet water. If the washing machine provides the hot water wash cycle also. Then there will be a detergent hatch, and there will be an indicator for or LCD display. Then there will be a drum motor which will be rotating the drum for washing the clothes, and there will be a water pump for bringing the water inside the machine. There is a water heater for heating the water which is coming into the washing machine, because you want to wash the cloth in a hot water wash. Then the water value that will be there. So these are the various inputs and outputs in a washing machine design. Now let us see one by one. Washing machine, the microcontroller for washing machine control. Predominantly we'll be using PIC 18F series microcontroller as a controller for washing machine. Okay. Now, single phase induction motor is considered for the design, and there will be a front panel consists of a keypad and LCD display, and a keypad provides automatic and manual wash options to the user, and there will be LCD display to convey washing machine information to the user. And of course, modern washing machine will be using, instead of a DC motor, they will be using the brushless DC motor. I think which are very efficient and have lesser amount of losses, energy losses, or efficiency is much better, because there will not be any brushes and commutation, and efficiency will be much higher when you use a brushless DC motor. So in case of a universal motor, has been used to design for the prototype. So these are the various aspects of the microcontroller hardware parameters. Now let us understand the design specification for designing this washing machine. System should fully provide automatic mode, semi-automatic mode, and manual mode. And automatic mode, user intervention requirement will be zero, that we will not intervene the machine. It will be running on its own. And once the system is started in this mode, that is the automatic mode, and it will be performing its work independently and after the completion of work, and it will be giving the notification to the user about the completion of work. So this mode instantaneously should sense the cloth quality, requirement of water, water temperature, detergent, load, wash cycle time, and perform operation accordingly. So everything is the automatic. Okay. In semi-automatic mode, the user should intervene. Requirement will be nil, but the user has to choose any one of the options, whether they want to use in automatic mode in conditions which are predefined. Once the predefined mode is started, the system should perform the job, and after completion, it should be informing the user with the help of a buzzer or the alarm. Next is the manual mode, where there will be a continuous intervention of the user, and this user needs to wash mode, wash time, amount of water, and of the load, how much quantity of cloths you are being using inside the washing machine. So these data are entered, and user should start the machine. When the lid is open, what should happen is the system should not work. This is what we are talking about the design requirements. So once the washing machine lid is open, it should not work. And if the door is accidentally open, suppose the machine is rotating, if the door is accidentally open, the machine should immediately come to halt. Okay, that is also in the shortest time it should happen. So that is also one of the design requirements. And it should also provide all the basic features of washing machine, like washing, rinsing, spinning, drying, cold wash, and hot wash. All these things should be provided. And system should provide easy upgradation features. It should be able to upgrade it, and it should work from a single phase AC supply. In Indian context, the voltage is anywhere between 220 to 240 volt, and it should be ready to operate from 210 volt. So it will be operating 190 to 250 volt within that plus or minus 5% variations. So system should protect itself from power supply voltage fluctuations or variations. The event of power failure, whatever the washing machine which was doing, and it should get stored in the memory, and it should once the power is regained, it should be, when power is assumed, it should be able to start the operation where it left off. Now, hardware design, as we mentioned, PIC 18F series is used, is the heart of the system. Most of the peripheral features have been utilized to implement the design, and controlling the motor is very crucial part of the design, and the PWM controller is used. Okay, so drives the output of the motor to the diverse circuit and then to the motor. So there are, to rotate the motor in two different directions, the forward and reverse direction, control blocks are used. So, and there will be a motor speed sensor interface to the microcontroller. Microcontroller reads the speed of the motor and approximately controls the speed of the motor in different phases of washing. For example, whether it is going to be, agitation or spinning. So depending upon that, it will be doing it accordingly, and depending upon the phase of the wash cycle. Door sensor will be there. Door sensor, pressure sensor, keypad are also interfaced to the microcontroller, and there will be a EEPROM and a real-time clock or interface to the module of the controller, and in-circuit serial program facility is also provided for quick and easy programming and debugging. So you can see the schematic hardware of the washing machine design, hardware design. You can see the PIC 18F series microcontroller, and port D is connected to the keypad, and you can see that LCD is connected to the microcontroller, and there will be 3 signal: data, clock, and chip select. There will be a backlight powers for the LCD to display the options, and there will be sensors, temperature sensor and door sensor and water level sensors, which are all connected to the respective ports. Sensors are the basic inputs to the processor, and controllers are basically the output from the processor. As you can see, the left hand side contains temperature sensor, door sensor, and water level sensor. On the right hand side, you have the controller, motor driver, alarm buzzer, water heater driver, detergent hatch, water inlet driver, drain pump driver, water outlet driver. So all these are our controller, which will be from the microcontroller, and sensors are basically sense elements which detects or monitors the parameters and gives to the microcontroller. And we have a EEPROM, and you got a clock, and you got a data. Okay, and you have real-time clock is also there, and you can see that is it is connected to the respective ports, and which can be configured accordingly. So washing machine parameters are stored in external EEPROM. In internal EEPROM of the PIC, there will be a real-time clock, and there is a serial peripheral interface of port of the microcontroller. It is connected to that, and as you can see, the timing reference for all timing calculation for the machine, the real-time clock provides that. And door sensor is connected to external input 0, and high priority is designed to the input, because the door is very important. If the door is open, the machine should not stop. Should come to stop. Whenever the machine is open, the machine should come to halt. This is the highest priority, and it is given that. And door causes triggering of INT0 and INT0, and it is an inter-service routine. Immediately to stop the machine, informs the user, alerts the, gives the buzzer. And all the sensors, as we mentioned, the water level heat sensor, water level sensor, and as you can see, the temperature sensor, door sensor are connected to the sensors analog inputs of the AN0, AN1, and AN2 pins of the PIC microcontroller. And you can see keypad is connected to port D, and it is connected with the key is pressed, and output becomes high, and INT1 triggers, and it runs the interrupt service routine, and as a keypad scan approximately performs the operation. And motor speed is given to the T1, clock is given to the external clock timer input to timer 1 and timer 3, and timer is configured in counter mode for calculating the speed. The speed is calculated by counting pulse output in the sensor for 1 second. Okay, and motor drive circuit is used. As we know, it's a PWM controlled machine, and there will be a dedicated LCD display with 3-wire interface is used. One for data line, one for clock, and another one is for chip select. And backlight is control is also provided for proper display of the LCD. And this is the panel which is called the keypad and key functions. We have A for automatic mode, M for manual mode, and on-off switch is there, as you can see. and there is a enter for setting the timing or setting the particular parameters, E for cancelling the options, S for further settings, up for scroll up, and D down for down scroll down, and the numbers for setting the timer and other required parameters. Now, so far we discussed the hardware design. Now we will see the software design. In software design, we have different functional calls, and a list of functions could be read select dial, read start switch, read water level, and read water temperature, control detergent hatch, control door lock, control motor, control pump, control water heater, and control water valve. So these are all the various functional calls which should be run by the real-time operating system, which is the embedded system, the software. The firmware will be running this, which will be embedded into the EEPROM processor, the memory, and it will be running based on the data which has been into the data memory part of the embedded system. Now framework. Now what is a framework which talks about how we want to operate the machine? So that is a framework in which the machine is operating. So we have the hardware and there is a software. Then we have the framework in which the machine is going to work. We have initialization, start, fill drum, heat water, wash one, wash two, and error. So these are all the various states the system is going to go through. And the first one is a user-defined data. What is the level you want to fill for 1000 seconds? Maximum water heat duration, how much seconds? And maximum wash one duration, how many seconds? So these functional calls are involved in each of the functional calls. So user-defined data was given as input. And initialization, basically the control motor, control pump, control water heater, control water valve, and read select dial. So all these things are initialized first when the machine is to be operated on the first level. And when the machine is started, these are the various things which should be running: control door lock, control water valve, and control detergent hatch, and all these things will be running on. Then the next level is the fill drum. Here we talk about the functional calls such as read water level on, control water heater on, control switch on, control water switch on. So these are the various states. Next one is wash one, wash two. It depends upon the user, and accordingly it will be done. So these are the various aspects of embedded system washing machine control. I hope this short gist of working of embedded system washing machine control is of great help to you. So washing machine control is one of the applications of embedded system, and we are discussing in EE8691 in embedded system as part of the 6th semester EEE program. So this is Dr. N.S. Srivatsan, Associate Professor, RMD Engineering College, and thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe and share the video, and thanks for watching. Thank you.